Welcome to this edition of A Colorado Conversation. My name is Ken White. We have a special guest in studio today. Her name is Madison Romer. She's got her own studio. You've got your own Pilates studio, and it's called Sundrop Pilates.
I do, and yes, it is.
And thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to talk a lot about Pilates, but I want to talk first about how you got into this. What was the young Madison like when you were growing up, where you're like, you know what, I want to do Pilates?
Well, I think it all starts like many Colorado stories. I grew up skiing often. I am from Boulder, and my dad would drop me off at the bus station in Boulder, and me and my friends at 12 years old would get on the bus and go to Netherland and ski for the day, and we'd get with sandwiches in our pockets, and then we get picked up at 3:00.
That sounds amazing.
It was the best.
It
was the
perfect.
best.
That's what dads are supposed to do, and everything worked well. That's why you live in Boulder.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that idea.
Exactly.
So, but that's skiing. This is Pilates.
Well, so went to college out at University of Georgia, came back, had my moment. I planned on taking a semester off to go ski before getting ready for law school, and I actually shattered my entire right leg. Yeah.
Skiing?
So, I tore out every ligament but my PCL, and I had 21 screws, 2 plates, and like 5 surgeries. Oh, wow. Yeah, it was pretty tough.
Was this at Eldora that you
No, it was in
crashed?
Breckenridge.
You crashed at Breckenridge?
Yep, I was on at Peak 10 up in Bragg.
Do you remember what happened? Like what led to the...
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to forget something like that.
I was going about 50, 55 miles an hour. I was racing a friend, and it was spring, and my ski just caught some slush, and it came right off, and I tumbled.
Oh, my gosh.
So it was pretty brutal.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it was horrible. And then after all that recovery, I actually started going to a reformer studio here called Fierce 45. Okay. A woman named Melissa Dundas, who's still a good friend to this day. And she started rehabbing me there. And so it was super helpful.
My son broke his leg.
Okay.
Messed up his knee, messed up his ankle, like at 2 different times. And the amount of rehab that it takes to get a young kid's leg back into it. And he's pushing back on all of it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do it, but he misses the ability to function in his body. So Pilates plays a big role in that.
Yeah. And you said ankle?
It was his ankle and his knee.
Send him to Pilates. It'll stabilize both of them pretty well, especially on the carriage and on the mat. It'll build the strength on the sides, which will help stabilize fully.
Okay, so now you're full blown into Pilates, but on the way in here, you told me you were about that close to being a lawyer.
Yeah.
So thankfully, or unthankfully, take us through that real quick.
Yeah,
how
absolutely.
you were, because being a lawyer is no easy walk in the park either.
No, it wasn't. And I did go to law school, and I passed the bar eventually. So I was an intern at the Denver DA's office, and I did violent crime, and it was a deep, deep passion of mine. And then I failed the bar by a half point. I was sick the night before. I didn't sleep. It was tough. So it's a half point out of 400. So I essentially failed by 0.012.
Is that one question?
It's one question. It's one question or one word on the written section. So one sentence, one question, I would have passed.
What's it like to study for that?
8 to 12-hour days for 3 months straight.
And you missed it by one question.
Yep.
So then you were like, you know what? Forget this. I want Pilates instead.
Well, I did both for a while.
Okay.
So I had this idea to open Sundrop, and I took it as my opportunity. I looked at my husband. I said, let's do this. It's time. And so I studied for the bar while opening the studio. I passed the bar. I practiced for about 7 months as we were opening Sundrop. And I stepped away from law actually 2 weeks ago. So it's pretty fresh.
You still have the office memo? People still emailing you questions?
I have shut down the email and said, here's who you can call.
We are done.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, what's it like to open up a business? Because Sundrop, where are you guys located?
We're over in Sloan's Lake in Edgewater Public Marketplace. It's in Edgewater, but it's about a block and a half west of Sloan's Lake on the west side.
So why'd you pick that area?
Great community. It's a very young area. There was nothing like it in the area, but really great community. People love to go have places to come together and, do things and then go take a walk on Sloan's Lake. It's a very active community. It's a very young community. And I saw a need for it over there.
And it gets really busy over there, too. Like you said, everybody seems to be out. There's different festivals that pack that area. So you picked the spot. How long have you been open?
We opened March 15th, so it's been about 4.5 months.
How's it been?
It's been amazing. We already have a very strong community. I'll probably say that 100 times. I'm just so proud of the people who come into our studio, and I love them all so much. But it's been going phenomenal. We won 5280's Top of the Town for Top Gym in July, so we are very proud of that. We're off to a very strong start.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And the determination to be a lawyer, then to step away, and then to open up your own business.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Where did all this drive come from?
That's a good question. I think I have a dad who has very high expectations for me when they're spoken or not. I think my dad knew that I was capable and really pushed me and made sure that I was constantly trying to be the best version of myself, no matter what that looked like. I actually caught a text message on his phone the other day to his best friend, Kent, and Ken had said, "Hey, did you believe she would do this? And really, like, did you believe this would blow up the way it has?" And he said, "Well, yeah, I did."
Did he have a phrase that he would say to you all the time as a kid that kind of stuck with you? Something motivational?
Quiet guy.
It's quiet?
It was quiet but expected. But he was quite patient with me. Actually, in our wedding speech, he said something along the lines. I was a pretty troublesome teen. He said in our wedding speech, at 15, I didn't know if she was going to end up in college or jail.
Whoa, really?
It was a joke, but
yeah. It was close. Did you give him the look like, Dad, you're not supposed to talk about that at the wedding?
Everyone was dying laughing. So just constant support from him. And, the thing I appreciate the most is he told me when I was wrong, and he wanted me to apologize and make sure that I was doing the right thing no matter what it was, and that I was trying the best I could no matter what it was.
Interesting. Well, it led to some amazing things, and look where you are now.
Yeah.
This is a Colorado Conversation. We're talking to the owner and the founder, Madison Romer of Sundrop Pilates over in Edgewater. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Colorado Conversation. A special day today. We're talking Pilates with Sundrop founder Madison Romer. Now, this is a different kind of studio.
Yes.
On the way in, it's not just the mat on the floor.
Correct.
But there's light involved. There's technology involved.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Absolutely. And we had talked earlier about Reformer Pilates, and Fierce 45 is a Reformer studio, which is where I started. And recently I have transitioned over to mat opening Sundrop. It's a little bit easier on the body in a lot of ways.
Before we get in there, what is Reformer? When you say Reformer
are
Pilates?
the machines. So when you see someone on the machines with straps and with springs, that's called Reformer Pilates. And then there's mat Pilates, which is actually the origin of Pilates, and you're using body weight and weight to do similar exercises.
Okay, that makes sense. And it seems like the cost to do it seems a bit lower.
It can be we have infrared lighting, so that does add some cost, admittedly.
Yeah.
Infrared light is not cheap, but it's very beneficial for you, as well as Himalayan salt and ion therapy, which is what we have.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so you walk into the studio. What does it look like? Walk me through a session, and then what does the salt do for me, and what is the red light going to do?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's start with infrared light. It's infrared heat. Infrared heat and infrared light have similar benefits, but they're two different things. So you're thinking probably red lights everywhere you go, which is also very beneficial. I use red light at home.
Okay.
Infrared heat is the same frequency as infrared light, but it's heat instead of light. So you're going to walk in, you'll check in at the front desk. We've got a lobby to the right. And you'll immediately walk in, and it's actually a lot lighter of a heat than you're going to feel with HVAC, which is heating and air conditioning, because it heats you from within. So it heats from the inside out as converse to HVAC, which heats which heats the air.
Okay.
So you're being heated from the inside out surface wise. So it doesn't feel as hot when you walk in, and it builds throughout the workout. Does that make sense?
Okay, but what is heating me? Are there lights in the lobby?
They're infrared panels.
Okay.
So they're heating panels on our ceilings. And again, it's just a different frequency of heat that heats you, and it's incredibly beneficial for you. I actually, when I'm in a bad mood, the first thing I do is I need to go to Sundrop. And even when I'm by myself and have the opportunity, I will go lay in there, or I'll go work in there to feel better when I'm having a bad day, because it increases dopamine and serotonin, especially dopamine. And basically what it does is it detoxifies your body. It boosts your mood. It increases your recovery and your circulation. So it's really good on your joints. You can go for a really hard workout, and you're going to recover a little bit better than you will in a non-infrared room.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the infrared, you don't even know it's working. Now, you with your problems with your leg.
Yes.
How long did it take you with this process to start really feeling the benefits of it? And you're like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm getting back to good.
For my leg itself, it took years. But I would say in our studio, to really start reaping and feeling the benefits, give it a month and you're going to be feeling like a different person, but it's consistency that matters. The benefits, you have to keep going to feel the benefits consistently. It's not like you walk out and you feel the dopamine rush and that lasts, of course, the rest of your life. So you have to be consistent.
You got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
There's so many chemicals in our brain
Correct.
that we don't know what they all do, but there's some that we do. The serotonin, the dopamine.
Yes.
People get the dopamine hit on their phones when they get a like.
Exactly.
Or when they get something like that.
Exactly.
This is something that is naturally produced that you guys are drawing out of the brain during a workout session.
Exactly.
So the benefits are huge.
Correct.
And it's all natural.
Yes.
Now, can I go there and show up and be like, listen, I'm having issues with my back.
Yes.
Or, my shoulder.
Yes.
Is there a way to specifically target those regions?
So in our workouts, it's a full body workout. So you will work on those areas. But what we always recommend that you do when you have an injury or something you're concerned about is go to our instructors. Our instructors are all incredibly knowledgeable and say, hey, my shoulder hurts. What do I do? And they'll say, we have these moves going on today. Avoid this, or here's a better way for you to do it so that you're going to feel better and it'll help you recover. And then you're going to build strength in those areas as well.
Is there a benefit to using your own body as the resistance as opposed to doing, bench and strength training with free weights?
Yeah, both are important. Everyone should lift. Women, especially, we should be lifting heavy weights. We do have a heavy format, which includes heavy weights as well. Okay. We can get into that later. But resistance is very important for a number of reasons. It's very accessible. So you can modify much better when you are resisting against your own body. We have props that you can use. We have a ball if you're on your side and having a hard time in your positioning. And it's more accessible for everyone in that way.
It seems like it. And you can take that home, and if you don't have the studio at home or you don't, everybody's got a little bit of floor space. That's all we need, right?
Exactly.
But the motivation. So how do you get your first timers to become return visits? What is it that they need clicked on to really want to keep coming back?
So, what we recommend for anything, getting into a workout routine is hard. I don't know if you've ever come out of consistency in working out and trying to come back in.
It's almost impossible.
It's brutal.
Because you're like, I used to do this 3 days a week. It's only 20 minutes.
And then you wake up and you want to fall apart because you're so tired. Because
put your shirt on.
Been there many, many times in my life. When I was building Sundrop, actually, I went a whole month without really working out because I was so busy doing other stuff that the first month that Sundrop opened, I was like, I'm a newbie again. This is fun. So that's a hard piece. And giving yourself grace and showing up is the biggest piece. If you can get in there and do 5 minutes, and then if you want to lay down the rest of the time, I've been there. I personally walk in and say, hey, I'm going to give 50% effort today because I'm exhausted. And oftentimes I give much more than that. But as a first timer, what we recommend is, if you love the experience, take all of our instructors, find who you like best, and stick with that schedule with them. And then there's a lot of science behind taking 7 to 8 classes before really deciding what you want to do, because you're going to decide around 7 or 8 if you love Sundrop or not, or whatever workout you're doing. That's when your body starts getting used to it. And that's when your body starts associating, this is good for me, this feels good. So we recommend taking 7 to 8 classes before to give it a shot before making any decisions on if you want to have a membership or if you want to go elsewhere or find something else that's better for your body, because it may not be for everyone, and we want everyone to move their bodies in a way that's meaningful for them.
Can you speak to, you were talking about the resistance aspect of training and the impact that Pilates can have without the weight training.
Yeah.
What are the benefits that everybody can gain, whether you're in your 30s or if you're upwards pushing 70?
Yep. And we have all ages at Sundrop. So it's the best. I love it. But Pilates really focuses on core stability, and that is something that everyone needs as you age. It's important for everything. It's picking up groceries, it's walking, it's getting up and down the stairs, it's sitting up and down in a chair. And what we do is we really build that core so that you feel good in your day-to-day. Or for skiing, when you're in deep powder and want to take a hard left turn, you need to engage your full right turn. You need to engage your full oblique to get out of that. It prepares you for everything. It really does.
Is there an age where Pilates just won't be helpful?
I get our 97-year-old grandfather to do some stuff sometimes. So I would say
97.
no.
Now,
Yeah.
my dad is huge into pickleball. Like,
Okay.
he loved it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm good at it. It's all just reflexes and all
Yeah.
that stuff. But I'm like, Dad, you should do some resistance training. You should do
Absolutely.
something with your core, because I threw my back out a couple years ago.
Yep.
And they were like, that's because your core. It's not just your stomach, but it's your back of your legs too.
Yep.
Like, everything is connected.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. Your core isn't just your stomach, it's your back too. And when it's strong there, you're strong everywhere.
So if one side's out of balance, maybe you've done a lot of crunches, but you didn't do a lot of leg curls.
Yep.
You're going to be out of balance, and Pilates can get you back in balance.
Exactly. So tell your dad to get right in there.
Can you see my dad doing Pilates?
Yeah, I can.
up there.
What am I doing here?
Come on, Dad.
Yeah.
Now, how hard is it? Do you need a partner? Is it better to go with somebody, or it sounds like Sundrop, you show up, everybody's your buddy,
Yeah.
and you're going to make friends there, and so you don't need to have somebody show up with you.
Exactly. I love to show up alone to classes because it's my time to go in and work out. I go to other studios as well, just so they have a little bit of separation because I love Sundrop so much. But sometimes when I'm looking at the ceiling and see a smudge, I'm like, okay, I need a break. I need to go somewhere else. But you can come with a friend if you're more comfortable, but also everyone is so friendly. Feel free to come alone. We actually are planning we're doing Sundrop Ski Club. We're doing a training program in the fall. And one of my biggest goals for Sundrop Ski Club for the training is to have female skiers meet each other and have ski buddies. So come meet someone at Sundrop. Come meet a new friend. Come meet a new buddy who loves to do what you do.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
There's also upcoming events as we inch
Yes.
closer to August. We're with Madison Romer. She owns Sundrop Pilates over in
Yes.
Edgewater. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. All right, welcome back to Colorado Conversations. My name is Ken Clark, and we are here with Madison Romer. She's the owner of the Pilates studio, Sundrop, over there in Edgewater. It's brand new. If you
Yes.
haven't been there, you should. Right before the break, we need snow.
We do.
That's over here. But when we get it, you've got a ski club
Yes.
set up. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So first of all, super El Nino year. We are going to get dumped on. Did you hear that?
Honestly, on a side note, I have heard from the weather guy. I sit next to him
Yeah.
for hours a day. He's like, we could have a more normal year.
We're getting dumped on.
Okay. To me,
We're
that
getting
means,
dumped
yeah,
on.
feet.
Yeah, we are getting dumped on.
Good.
We are going to have a massive year, 400 or 500 inches.
Good.
I am sending that up. So Sundrop Ski Club, like we've talked about, I've grown up here. I'm a massive skier. I love the Denver and Colorado skiing community. And one place I feel like we're missing is women-focused ski training and women-focused community in Denver especially. Okay. So you'll hear more about it in September, but we're launching Sundrop Ski Club. It is a 6-week training program where we do 2 workouts a week. One is more Pilates focused and for our hot method. And then our other method is heavy, which is more strength and cardio based. So we'll be doing that for 6 weeks, and it will be specifically targeting ski muscles, and we'll be talking about it. So in class, you're going to hear me say, here you're engaging your transverse abdominis or your obliques, because here's how it's going to help you. Yeah. And we're going to talk about ski form and how it fits into Pilates. And then we're going to end with a really fun ski party on the mountain.
Really?
Yes.
Now, what if you're a boarder?
That's fine.
It doesn't matter.
No, not at all. It's similar muscles. It will be predominantly ski focused, but it'll be a lot of the cardio and endurance and a lot of similar muscles. So we'll talk about that as well, just not quite as heavily focused.
Now, what are people going to learn? Because when you're thinking of skiing, you're like, okay, it's all just my legs.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. Like you said, it's your stomach, it's your gut, because you got to turn.
Yeah.
Unless you're going 180 down the hill.
Right.
Well, you need to turn.
Well, you still need to turn there. That's what I didn't do here.
You need to turn.
So,
that's right.
So like we were talking about earlier, think about this. When you're in the powder that is coming this year, you're deep into it and you have to get out and you're kind of stuck. You need your full, let's say we're going right, you're pulling from here to get out and go over. And when you are in that deep powder, you have to fully bring your body back over to the other side. And that's where your obliques come in, your triceps, when you're using your pulls. We will do a lot of, actually, speaking of your son, we'll do a lot of ankle stability work, because a lot of people on their first couple of days skiing, they're like, wow, my ankles hurt.
Yeah.
So it'll come into that, and you're going to learn all about the anatomy of skiing within Pilates.
Okay, now that's ski season.
Yes.
August 1st, right around the corner.
Yes.
What's going on in August?
We are doing the Dog Days of Sundrop. We are celebrating peak heat, which we all feel right now. It's hot.
It is really hot.
Yeah, it is hot. So we have a live DJ. We have 2 classes. It's at 10:30 11:15 and 11:30 on Saturday. We have Give Wellness coming in, giving complimentary B12 shots.
Okay.
Live DJ, like I had said, we have giveaways to Rock Spas. It's the biggest sauna in Colorado, I believe. Some other fun giveaways. We'll have a wellness bar, so it's going to be electrolytes and some sports drinks that you can come try and taste. And it's supposed to be a really community-focused event. And then we also are showcasing, we're starting to carry Half Days, another Colorado women's ski brand.
Okay.
We just started carrying them in studio, and their new line, I'm actually wearing it right now. It's called the Joan Collection.
Okay.
We just started carrying it, and we want everyone to come in, try it on, and take a piece home.
Do you have to sign up?
Yes.
You do have to sign up.
Sundroppilates.com, and you'll see book a class. And if you go to the schedule, you'll see it on Saturday. Pick the class you want to go to, and it'll say book the class, and it'll give you the credit for it.
Book the class.
Yes.
That's amazing. Anything that we left out?
Sundrop is the one thing I want to highlight is it's for everyone. I hope to see you in there. We of course are a female focused brand and community, but it's for everyone, all shapes, all sizes, all ages, all colors, and we hope to see everyone there. If you want to go, know that you're welcome.
Well, my wife has talked a lot about Pilates. It is something that I was like, yes, I will do this with you.
Sounds like you're coming.
Because, when both of us are there, we're each going to benefit, and it's not scary. No. We're all just working out with friends.
Yep. And if, it should be attainable, and nobody should be afraid no matter where they are in their fitness journey. You can come in, modify, get stronger, and do what you need to do to become your best self.
Tell you what, we need to. We're living longer, right?
We'll see you soon. Yep.
It's good to see you, Madison. Thanks for coming in
Thank
for
you so
this
much for having me.
edition of A Colorado Conversation. Till next time.